Today, we have the pleasure of speaking with Mbulelo Peterson, the Regional Manager for SANRAL Southern Region. We'll be discussing the impactful work SANRAL is doing in the Eastern Cape.
My name is Mbulelo Simon Peterson. I'm the Regional Manager of Southern Region. Southern Region being essentially the Eastern Cape. Of course, we are servicing a province that is one of the poorest of the poor. And as such, then you've got to have a certain outlook. That is that one of saying that we want to be agile, mobile, and hostile towards those terrible triplets of unemployment, poverty, and inequality. It's therefore imperative that there's that consciousness to be aware that we are working for SANRAL, and SANRAL is government, and our task as employees is to make sure that we reach out to our communities, develop them, and fight, that is, the socio-economic issues that they may be. Wherever we construct roads, we must do roads that is for communities. And the issue, as I indicated earlier, if people cannot move, believe me, then your livelihood is affected. The lack of movement in terms of road network has an impact on their livelihood, because even if you are a small farmer, you've got eggs or tomatoes. By the time you get to the market, your eggs are gone or your produce is battered to the extent that by the time you get there, it's not worth doing that exercise because of the road network. Because if you look at it, as I said earlier, we started off with about 2,000 kilometers of road. Now we've got 5,300. And it is because we have incorporated some of the provincial network into the SANRAL network to create this connectivity that is required by the majority of our people. But I'm saying that the thinking patterns must be there to say that, look, I don't believe that we are going in the right direction, or we are dealing that is with the road network in a manner that is sustainable, that brings everyone on board. Now that we are there as SANRAL, that is opening up that space with the N2 Wild Coast. It's a mega program. It's in the National Development Plan. It's a catalytic project. It's on the Strategic Infrastructure Program of Government. Now it is crystal clear now in terms of where the province is going through, and not only for the infrastructure itself, but for the socio-economic impact that it will have in that region and is having currently. Now, what the N2 will be doing is actually going through all three these municipalities, and as I indicated, we also construct supporting road network. So we won't only be having the N2 Wild Coast, but a supporting safe transport system going through there. But we are not only doing the N2. As I am seated here now, I can mention a project between Matatiele and Kokstad. It's a 1.2 billion rand project on the R61. I can talk about on the N2 from Mount Frey towards Mount Elif. It's also another 1.2 billion program. And if we continue on this trajectory as SANRAL, it means that in 10 years to 15 years, the Eastern Cape face would have changed from a road network perspective.